Welcome to the sandwich generation, where you and I are stuck in the middle between our kids and grandkids and our parents and our grandparents, and we're just trying to figure out what to do. A while back, I had a video on downsizing, and I wanted to share it with you here again because the message is so important, and it really takes the guesswork out of figuring out what to do. So on part 2 of downsizing, we talk about how you can help support your loved one in getting that downsizing done. So helpful tips for you, and I really hope that you use them. It will make your life so much easier. So let's dig into it. Today we're going to do part 2 of the video we made last week about downsizing. So this week is the top 5 ways to support your loved one. You are going to be integral to their success. They sometimes are just coming from the hospital. Sometimes they're completely overwhelmed. Sometimes they're not physically able to get that help, and you need to support them. No matter who you are, if you're their next door neighbor, or if you're their daughter, whoever, offer your support. Here's the top 5 ways you can do it. Number 1, provide emotional support. That is key. Whenever you're talking to people who are downsizing, especially at the very beginning, there's going to be a lot of tears. There's going to be a lot of, I can't do it. It's too hard. I can't get rid of all these things. I love all these things so much. They need to hear from you that it's okay to feel that way and that you understand, and it is hard, but we're going to push through it together. Okay, number 2, procure supplies. This may be super easy for you to do, but maybe not so easy for them. So let's say that you live in California and your mom is here in Texas and she's trying to downsize. You can sit from your bed in California and go online to Home Depot and order all the supplies she's going to need to get this downsize done. And they'll just magically show up at her door. Whereas your mom may be a person that would struggle hard on the internet trying to figure all that out. So no matter where you are, you can help them with this. Number 3, recognize the value of their things. This is huge. They have a lot of stuff. And if they're downsizing for the first time, oh goodness, 50, 60 years worth of stuff. And a lot of things that you roll your eyes at and think, why on earth would they want to keep that raggedy thing when they have this beautiful thing over here? It's got a value to them for some reason. And so you need to acknowledge that value to them. You don't have to think it's valuable, but they need to think that you do. They need to think that you understand. Okay? Number 4, do the heavy lifting. Wow. Not a lot of people in their 70s and 80s can do a lot of heavy lifting anymore. And maybe you're a person who can't do it either, but you can find someone who can a lot easier than they can. You can find a caregiver, you can find a niece or nephew, you can find someone who can go and lift those boxes and help put them wherever they point. And that's really all they need. They need somebody with that young, strong body who can help them through that. Number 5. Take a couple of things. This is so important these days. You know, this particular generation we're in right now, and I mean all of us from kids to seniors, you know, the seniors grew up in a point where you took care of your things and you passed them on to your children and your grandchildren, and they started setting up housekeeping with them. They started, you know, heirloom things that they were going to keep forever. And the younger generation, they mostly look at those things and say, ugh, I don't need antiques. I like only new things. Or I already have a house full of whatever. And so I don't need all that stuff that you've got. And while that may be an accurate statement, at the same time, it goes back to recognizing the value of their things. They need to know that you think some of those things are important too. And so even if you just take a little bitty thing, you know, take a couple of things. Don't just roll your eyes and say, Mom, I don't have room for any of this. I'm done. Just get rid of it all. You may need to think that, but don't say it. So anyway, these are the top 5 ways to support your loved one. And if you'll notice next door here, we still have up the top 5 steps to downsizing. So take a good look over there real quick in case there were any of those that you missed. And remember, part of the supplies is getting them the colored tape so that they know where it all goes.